Hello all, this is M. Sandeep Kumar and I welcome you back to my YouTube channel Math with Sandeep. So we are in the chapter of limits, and in today's video we will discuss how to solve the limits of the form infinity minus infinity. Okay, now with some problems. So let us see the first question on this topic. And if you are new to the channel, so do subscribe the channel. Certainly you will find more interesting videos. So we'll continue. Here is the first question. Limit x approaches 3, 1 by x minus 3 minus 6 by x square minus 9. So first of all, if I go for direct substitution, what happens? If I substitute x as 3 here, I'll get 1 by 3 minus 3, 1 by 0. So this is in the form of infinity. And similarly, if I substitute x as 3 here 3 square will be 9, 9 minus 9 is again 0, 0 in the denominator, 6 by 0, this is also of the form infinity. So the question is of the form infinity minus infinity. And once again I'm saying, you might be arguing that sir 6 by 0 is not defined now, but actually the denominator is not exactly 0. Okay, now it is just approaching 0. So it is in the form of infinity minus infinity. Now let us see how to solve these questions. Very easy itself. Limit x approaches 3 and 1 by x minus 3 as it is minus 6 by, if you factorize x square minus 9, x square minus 9 is x square minus 3 square. It is of the form a square minus b square, which is a plus b into a minus b. So therefore the denominator, dear students, is x plus 3 into x minus 3. And I need a common denominator. Okay, already we have x minus 3 here. I also need x plus 3 in the denominator to get common denominator. So multiply the denominator with x plus 3 and also the numerator with x plus 3. Limit x approaches 3. The common denominator now is x plus 3 into x minus 3 and the numerator is x plus 3 minus 6. So if you simplify the numerator, what do we get? Limit x approaches 3, x minus 3 divided by x plus 3 into x minus 3. So now these two will get cancelled. The trouble creator is gone. Now you can substitute x as 3 happily. We get 1 by 3 plus 3. X is 3 now. So the answer is 1 by 6. So when x is approaching 3, this function is approaching what value? 1 by 6. The answer is 1 by 6. Okay, we'll go with next question. Here is our next question. So observe that when I substitute x as 1 by 2, the denominator here is 0. So some number divided by 0. Actually it is 2 by 0, which is of the form infinity. And then here also again we will get 0 in the denominator. Particularly if I substitute x as 1 by 2, I will get 1 by 0, which is also of the form infinity. So the question is of the form infinity minus infinity. Now let us see how to solve this question. Easy questions itself. So limit x approaches 1 by 2, 4x square plus 1 as it is, and you should know that 4x square is 2x whole square minus 1 square, okay, minus of 8x minus 3 divided by 2x minus 1. And dear students, you should know once again that a square minus b square. So what is 2x whole square minus 1 square? Using a square minus b square identity, we can write this as 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1. A plus b into a minus b. So therefore instead of this, let me write this in the denominator. So instead of 2x square minus 1 square, what I will write is 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1. Again I need the same denominator, just like the previous question. Multiply 2x minus 1 with 2x plus 1 in the denominator and of course also in the numerator, 2x plus 1. Okay now, so limit x approaches 1 by 2 and the denominator is common denominator, 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1, and what is in numerator? We have 4x square plus 1 minus of, you are supposed to multiply these two binomials. First 2x is multiplied with both of them, so what do we get? 2x into 8x is 16x square, 2x into minus 3 is minus 6x. Next 1 is multiplied with both of them, so 1 into 8x and 1 into minus 3. If you simplify the numerator, you will get a quadratic expression, correct or not? So limit x approaches 1 by 2, 4x square minus 16x square will be minus 12x square, and this is 8x minus 6x, which is 2x with negative sign, so minus 2x, and then minus of minus 3 is plus 3, plus 3 plus 1 will be plus 4, whole divided by 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1. You should know how to factorize. Factorization of quadratic polynomials are very, very important. Okay, now if you take minus 2 common in the numerator, limit x approaches 1 by 2. If I take minus 2 common, you will get 6x square plus x minus 2 whole divided by 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1. Okay, and if you know how to factorize it, how to split the middle term, you will get the answer in few steps itself. Okay, so let me continue. I will show the factorized form of 6x square plus x minus 2 here. 6 into minus 2 is minus 12, and minus 12 is 1 into 12 or 2 into 6 or 3 into 4, many possibilities. So minus 12 means plus into minus or minus into plus. How do we decide that? Because the middle term is positive, the larger number will be plus and smaller number will be minus. The middle term is positive, so the larger number is positive. If the middle term is negative, the larger number is negative. Okay, keep this in mind. So plus minus plus minus, and if you add 12 minus 1 will be 11, 6 minus 2 will be 4, and 4 minus 3 will be 1. Look at the middle term, it is 1x. So how do we split the middle term? We will split 1x as minus 3x and plus 4x. So 6x square minus 3x and plus 4x minus 2. I can take 3x common into 2x minus 1. In these two, let me take 2 common. 2 common into 2x minus 1. Okay, here and here we can take 2x minus 1 common into 3x plus 2. Clear? So the factorized form of this is 2x minus 1 into 3x plus 2. Let me write it here. So minus 2 into, this is nothing but this, 2x minus 1 into 3x plus 2 whole divided by 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1. Observe, the person responsible for 0 in the numerator and denominator got cancelled. Now you can directly substitute x as 1 by 2. You will get your answer. What is it? Minus 2 into 3 times 1 by 2 plus 2 whole divided by 2 times 1 by 2 plus 1. So what is it, dear students? The denominator will be, okay, 2 cancels, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 and 2 will get cancelled, you will get minus 3 by 2 plus 2 will be 7 by 2. The answer is minus 7 by 2. So I hope you understood this question. So the answer is minus 7 by 2. So when x approaches 1 by 2, this entire function's value will approach minus 7 by 2. Okay, we'll go with next question. So here is our third question. Limit y approaches minus infinity, root over y square minus ay plus b plus y. Okay, now if you substitute y as minus infinity whole square infinity, minus a into minus infinity is plus infinity, infinity plus infinity plus b will be infinity, under root infinity is taken as infinity and y is minus infinity. So this question is again in the form of infinity minus infinity. So let us see how to solve this particular question. But whenever the given variable is approaching negative infinity, let us make the question simple by replacing y with minus x. Y, let us see. So let y is equal to minus x. So if y is approaching minus infinity, instead of y I can take minus x na. Minus x approaches minus infinity. Then x approaches plus infinity. So what happens to this question? The same question is limit. Instead of writing y approaches minus infinity, I will write x approaches plus infinity under root. Instead of y, let me write minus x. So minus x whole square is x square minus a into y is minus x plus b, and instead of y we will write minus x. So what is our question, dear students? Limit x approaches infinity under root of x square plus ax plus b minus x. Okay, so the question is converted like this. So now to simplify this question, let us rationalize the numerator. Rationalizing the numerator means multiply the numerator with its conjugate. What is it, dear students? Root a minus b means we'll multiply with root a plus b, na, like that. multiply the numerator with its conjugate, square root of x square plus ax plus b. Instead of minus x, I will take plus x. So if I multiply in the numerator, you should also multiply with the same thing in the denominator. So it is equal to limit x approaches infinity, a minus b into a plus b. What is it? A square minus b square whole divided by, the denominator is as it is, and square and root gets cancelled, correct or not? You have x square plus ax plus b minus x square. So plus x square and minus x square also gets cancelled. So what do we get? Limit x approaches infinity, ax plus b in the numerator divided by square root of x square plus ax plus b plus x. Now observe, now it is easy to solve. We have already discussed problems on limits at infinity now. So using that concept, you can answer this question. So what I will do is, look at this. The degree of the numerator is 1. Actually this is not a polynomial, but still x square power 1 by 2 is x. Okay na? And here also x. So the highest power of x is 1. In numerator also highest power of x is 1. Denominator also highest power of x is 1. So x power 1 is the highest power. Divide with x power 1 in the numerator and denominator. So that is what you are supposed to do. Divide the numerator and denominator with the x. So if I divide the numerator and denominator with x now, what I will get? Ax by x, that is a, plus b by x. Okay, fine. Whole divided by square root of x square plus ax plus b divided by x plus x by x. Observe one thing, if x goes inside the square root, it becomes x square, correct or not? So let me give square root for denominator also. Then this becomes x square. X went inside the square root, it became x square. X square is a common denominator, we can separate for all the three terms. So limit x approaches infinity, a plus b by x whole divided by under root x square by x square is 1 plus ax by x square is a by x plus b by x square as it is plus x by x is 1. Now as we know, when x is approaching infinity, 1 by x is approaching 0 and 1 by x square is also approaching 0. You can substitute that. So what is our answer? A plus b by x is 0 because b into 1 by x now, 1 by x is 0 divided by under root 1 plus again a into 1 by x which is 0 plus b into 1 by x square which is 0 plus 1. So what is the answer, dear students? The numerator is a, root 1 is 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. The answer is a by 2. So the answer for this question is a by 2. So I hope you understood this. Okay, we'll go with next question. You can try this question. Limit x approaches infinity, root over x plus 1 into x plus 2 minus x. Root over x plus 1 into x plus 2. Okay now, minus x. You can try this and let me know what is the answer in comment section. We'll go with next question. So here is our question number 5. Limit x approaches infinity, cube root of x cube plus x square minus x. It is not square root. If it is square root, you could have done that this question like fourth one and third one, but it is cube root. Please understand this. It's very important for us to know the concept of rationalizing factors. Okay, with that knowledge only we can be able to solve this question. But before that, if you substitute x as infinity, you will get infinity cube plus infinity square, which is nothing but infinity only. Na? Under root, cube root of infinity is infinity minus infinity. So this question is in the form of infinity minus infinity. Now let us see how to solve this question using the help of rationalizing factors. Okay, now first let us understand that concept of rationalizing factors, a simple concept. You know that a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square is equal to a cube minus b cube. You should know this. In case if you do not know, from this moment you remember this. Very important identity will be used in many of the chapters, not just in limits, used in many of the chapters. So you should be familiar with this particular identity. a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square is equal to a cube minus b cube. If that is the case, instead of a, if I take a power 1 by 3, and instead of b, if I take b power 1 by 3, then here also what happens? A power 1 by 3 whole square, which means a power 2 by 3. A becomes a power 1 by 3 into b becomes b power 1 by 3. And b power 1 by 3 whole square will be b power 2 by 3. So what is the product of this and this? Very simple. In LHS, instead of small a, instead of a, I have taken a power 1 by 3, and instead of b, I have taken b power 1 by 3 everywhere. Then in RHS also, instead of a, you take a power 1 by 3 whole cube, and instead of b, you take b power 1 by 3 whole cube. So what do you get? A minus b. Because power 3 and by 3 will get cancelled, now you will get a minus b. Actually, this is an irrational number and this is also an irrational number. The product of these two irrational numbers is a rational number. Correct or not? That's why this is called as a rationalizing factor of this, and similarly this is called as rationalizing factor of this, because the product of these two irrational numbers is a rational number. I am going to use this one while solving this question. How is this question looking like? It looks like this entire thing, if you take it as a, cube root means power 1 by 3, and you can write this as x cube, correct or not? You can write this as what? X cube power 1 by 3, and this is b power 1 by 3. This question is in the form of a power 1 by 3 minus b power 1 by 3. You will be multiplying with this in the numerator and denominator. Okay, now to make the question look simple, what I will do is, please note this down. Note this down. Okay, now I hope you have noted it. Now let us come back to the question. Okay, for the question to look simple, okay, let me rewrite the question. So what is it? Cube root of x cube plus x square minus x is there now. Instead of x, what I will write is x cube power 1 by 3. X means x cube power 1 by 3. And instead of cube root, let me write it as what? Power 1 by 3. Just for 2 steps, okay? Just for 2 steps, for some time let us assume that this is a and this is b. So what is a? A means x cube plus x square, and what is b? B means x cube. Just for 2 steps. So the question is what? Limit x approaches infinity. This is a power 1 by 3 minus b power 1 by 3. Correct or not? A power 1 by 3 minus b power 1 by 3. So I will rationalize the numerator. We rationalize the numerator by multiplying with its conjugate. What is its conjugate? A power 2 by 3 plus a power 1 by 3 into b power 1 by 3 plus b power 2 by 3. Just now I have told its conjugate, not conjugate, rationalizing factor. By multiplying this with its rationalizing factor, this one. If you multiply in the numerator, multiply also in the denominator. A power 2 by 3 plus a power 1 by 3 into b power 1 by 3 plus b power 2 by 3. And just now I have explained that the product of the numerator is a minus b. The denominator is a power 2 by 3 plus a power 1 by 3 into b power 1 by 3 plus b power 2 by 3. Now replace a and b. What is a? A is x cube plus x square minus b is x cube whole divided by, here be careful, a is x cube plus x square with what power? 2 by 3 plus again a is x cube plus x square with what power? 1 by 3 into b is what? X cube with what power? 1 by 3 plus again b is what? X cube with what power? 2 by 3. Next, dear students, plus x cube and minus x cube, they will get cancelled. Okay, now fine. Limit x approaches infinity, the numerator is x square whole divided by. Now let us start thinking. In these two terms, if I take x cube common, x cube comes outside and it will take the power 2 by 3. Correct or not? X cube will come outside, it will take the power 2 by 3 into. So what I took common? X cube. So this becomes 1 plus. I took x cube common na. So x square becomes x square by x cube, which means 1 by x. Power will be 2 by 3 plus. In these two terms, observe power by 3 and power 3 will get cancelled. I got x here. In these two terms, I will take x cube common. And when x cube comes outside, it will take the power 1 by 3. X cube will take the power 1 by 3. I have taken x cube common in these two terms. So this becomes 1. And as I told, x square becomes x square by x cube, which means 1 by x. Power 1 by 3. And into x. Don't forget that. Plus. So by 3 and power 3 will get cancelled. X square, let it be x square only. And dear students, once again, what is this? Power 3 and by 3 cancels. In the first term, we have x square. Power 3 and by 3 gets cancelled. In second term also, we have x into x, which means x square. And in the third term also, we have x square. So dear students, let me take x square common in all the three terms of denominator. X square went outside, only this is there. 1 plus 1 by x, power 2 by 3. X into x, x square went outside, only this is there. 1 plus 1 by x, power 1 by 3. And x square went out, so only 1 is there. X square 1 are, x square 1 are. The problem is over because if x approaches infinity, then 1 by x approaches 0. And you are substituting 1 by x as 0. So substitute it. 1 divided by 1 by x is 0. So 1 plus 0 power 2 by 3 is 1. 1 by x is 0. 1 plus 0 power 1 by 3 is also 1 and 1. So therefore the answer is what? 1 by 3. So students, the answer is 1 by 3 for this question. So I hope you understood what I have done in this particular problem. Okay, now do this question once again. Check whether you are mathematically correct or not. And then I'll give you one question which is same like this. You can try it yourself and let me know what is the answer in the comment section. Here is your question to try. Do it same like fifth question. Okay, now I will really appreciate the students who get the answer for this question, because you have to be mathematically strong. Our basics in algebra must be strong to get the answer in this question. Let us see how many of you will get the answer for this question, and let me know what is the answer in the comment section. Okay, we'll go with next question. Here is our next question. X approaches infinity. Find the value which this particular function approaches. We generally have a misunderstanding that the answer is always a finite number. But let us see what is the answer in this case. The answer can be plus infinity or minus infinity also. Keep that in mind. Okay, now as you know, I think you have easily guessed what is the first step. But obviously this function is in the form of infinity minus infinity. Okay, let's come back to this. Rationalize the numerator by multiplying it with its rationalizing factor or the conjugate. What is it? Limit x approaches infinity under root x square minus root over x power 4 plus 1 minus root 2x is multiplied with its conjugate, again under root x square minus root of x power 4 plus 1. Only here we will change the sign, not here or here. Here root a minus root b. Before root b only we will change the sign. So plus root 2x. You multiplied with its conjugate in the numerator, no? Also multiply in the denominator. So using a minus b into a plus b, it is going to be a square minus b square with the denominator being same. Root over x square minus root of x power 4 plus 1 plus x. Okay, dear students, square root and square will get cancelled. Okay, now so what happens now? Since square root and square gets cancelled, I'll erase this. And root 2 square will be 2x square. Correct or not? So this is going to be 2x square. 2x square. Next, x square minus 2x square. What is x square minus 2x square? Minus x square. I am doing all the steps here itself. Okay, now so we got x square minus 2x square, which is minus x square. And in these two I can take minus common. If I take minus common, what happens? Minus came outside, this becomes plus and this becomes plus. Now, okay, I have done 2 or 3 steps in the same step itself. You can follow it easily. You can note the steps one by one in your classwork. Okay, come back to this. What I am going to do in this particular question, listen carefully. In these two terms, I'll take x square common. Observe. Limit x approaches infinity. Already minus is there outside. Here and here I'll take x square common. Fine. Then you'll get 1 here plus square root of x power 4 plus 1 by x square. Correct? I just took x square common in these two terms. Okay. And inside this, let me take x power 4 common outside. Here I'll take x power 4 common outside. In the denominator, what we will get? Square root of x square minus. If x power 4 comes out of the root, it becomes x square. X square into root of x power 4 will become 1 plus 1 becomes 1 by x power 4 plus root 2x as it is. Next, here and here we can take x square common out of the root. Then what happens, dear students? Here and here if I take x square common, here there will be 1 and here 1. And x square came out the root, now it becomes x. Okay. Next, in these two terms, in the first term and second term, I can take what common? X common. So if I take x common in these two terms, x comes here. Next, x and its square will get cancelled. So what do we get in the next step? Limit x approaches infinity minus x into 1 plus, take x square inside the root over x power 4 plus 1 in the numerator. X square went inside the root, now it becomes x power 4. Okay, x power 4 is a common denominator, separate it. So if I separate x power 4 as common denominator, what do we get? Divided by x power 4 divided by x power 4. And x power 4 by x power 4 will become 1. This is what happens in the numerator. You can note down step by step. In denominator, what do we have? Under root of 1 minus root over 1 plus 1 by x power 4 plus root 2. Now you can substitute. When x is approaching infinity, 1 by x approaches 0 and 1 by x whole power all will approach 0 now. So therefore, dear students, limit x approaches infinity minus x into 1 plus root of 1 plus 0 is 1 only, divided by, observe here, this is 0, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, you will get root 0 here plus root 2. Okay now, so what do we get? Limit x approaches infinity minus x into 2 by root 2 will be root 2. And dear students, as x is approaching infinity, this is minus infinity into root 2, the answer is minus infinity. So this function is approaching what value? Minus infinity. We generally assume that it always must approach a finite value. No, it can be plus infinity or minus infinity also. This particular function approaches minus infinity. Okay, we will go with the last question in this particular video. It's easy question. Observe carefully. Here is our 8th question. Okay, it's a combination of quadratic equations and also limits. Okay, you should have idea of both. Kind of advanced model question only. Listen, let m of b comma n of b be the roots of this equation where b is more than minus 1. Then find the value of m of b and also n of b where b is approaching 0 plus. Correct or not? M of b means the first root is made up of the variable b or the constant b. Okay, and the second root is also made up of b. So instead of writing m of b and n of b, let me simply write it as m comma n. So dear students, m comma n are the roots of this equation, quadratic equation. Okay, I am supposed to find these two. First let me take sum of the roots and product of the roots. Instead of writing m of b and n of b, simply I'll write m and n. Okay, sum of the roots, m plus n, is equal to minus b by a. Correct or not? Negative of y coefficient divided by y square coefficient. What is it? minus of 1 minus root of 1 plus b divided by 1 minus cube root of 1 plus b. Now you can apply this limit on both sides. Limit b approaches 0 plus m plus limit b approaches 0 plus n is equal to limit b approaches 0 plus minus of, or let me give minus inside. Minus into 1 is minus 1, minus into minus is plus root of 1 plus b. The denominator is as it is. And dear students, we all know that square root of 1 plus b means what? Power 1 by 2. And cube root of 1 plus b means what? Power 1 by 3. And in previous video itself we have learned that when b is approaching 0 or when x is approaching 0, 1 plus x whole power n can be approximately taken as 1 plus n into x. In case if you do not know this, please check the previous video, limits on standard formula. In playlist of limits you can find it. Okay, so 1 plus x whole power n will be approximated as 1 plus nx. So let us apply that here and here. B approaches 0, now this b approaches 0, so we can write it as what? Limit b approaches 0 plus, so we can write 1 plus x whole power n as what? 1 plus n into x, that means b into 1 by 2. And here we also have minus 1 whole divided by 1 as it is minus of. Again 1 plus x whole power n is 1 plus n into x, that means b into 1 by 3. So plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled, plus 1 minus 1 gets cancelled, you will get what? Limit b approaches 0 plus b by 2 divided by minus b by 3. So again b and b gets cancelled. So what do we get here, students? Minus 3 by 2. So what is minus 3 by 2? So we get minus 3 by 2 now. What is minus 3 by 2? M plus n. I mean this particular value is minus 3 by 2. So let me simply say what is minus 3 by 2 here? Limit b approaches 0 plus m plus limit b approaches 0 plus n is equal to minus 3 by 2. I want these two values whose sum is minus 3 by 2. If you have options now, you can verify here itself. Sum of the first one and second one should be minus 3 by 2. Which option is satisfying? If only one option is satisfying, then mark it up and go to next question. Okay, but here I didn't give you any options now. Let us continue. But it's very important to learn the method. We should not depend on trial and error or option verification. Okay, so using sum of the roots, I got this clue. Now let us see what is the clue using product of the roots. Now product of the roots, m into n. I just took m of b as m and n of b as n. Product of the roots is equal to c by a. So constant term divided by y square coefficient. C is 1 minus 6th root of 1 plus b. 6th root means power 1 by 6 divided by a. So 1 minus cube root of 1 plus b, that means 1 plus b power 1 by 3. And let me apply limit approaches b plus on both sides. So what happens? Limit b approaches b plus m into limit b approaches 0 plus n equal to limit b approaches 0 plus 1 minus of 1 plus b whole power 1 by 3 divided by 1 minus of 1 plus 3. This is 1 by 6. Power 1 by 6, power 1 by 3. Same way, here also what we will use? If x is approaching 0, then 1 plus x whole power n is approximately taken as 1 plus nx. So I am using this particular fact once again here. So limit b approaches 0 plus 1 minus of 1 plus n into x, that means b by 6 whole divided by 1 minus of 1 plus n into x, that means b by 3. So simplify, plus 1 minus 1 cancels, plus 1 minus 1 cancels, and then minus b by 6 divided by minus b by 3. So what do you get? Minus b by 6 divided by minus b by 3. So you will get 1 by 2. So therefore, dear students, this into this is equal to how much? 1 by 2. I'll write that here. Limit b approaches 0 plus m into limit b approaches 0 plus n is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, now to make the solution look easy, let me call this for some time as alpha and I'll call this for some time as beta. So what happens to the question now? This is alpha plus beta is minus 3 by 2. And this is alpha into beta is 1 by 2. Now I want alpha value and beta value. I want alpha value and beta value. So you can find alpha minus beta and then you can add these two to get alpha value and beta value, or you can use quadratic equation and you can find alpha value and beta value. Let me use this method. So we know that alpha minus beta whole square is alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 alpha beta. So alpha plus beta is minus 3 by 2 whole square minus 4 into alpha beta is 1 by 2. So we get 9 by 4 minus 2 which is equal to 1 by 4. Correct, dear students? 1 by 4. Okay, next similarly alpha minus beta whole square is 1 by 4. Then what is alpha minus beta? So then alpha minus beta is root of 1 by 4 plus or minus root of 1 by 4. So plus or minus 1 by 2. So alpha minus beta can be plus 1 by 2 or alpha minus beta can be minus 1 by 2. Let me take alpha minus beta as plus 1 by 2. So now use this and this, you will get the answer, alpha and beta. So what is it? Alpha plus beta is minus 3 by 2 and alpha minus beta is plus 1 by 2. Adding these two, dear students, you get 2 alpha equal to minus 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is minus 2 by 2, you will get minus 1. So dear students, alpha is minus 1 by 2. I got alpha value as minus 1 by 2. Substitute alpha value here, minus 1 by 2, and calculate what is beta. You will get beta is equal to minus 1. You can do that calculations. So what is alpha, dear students? This one. So its value, this is alpha na. So therefore the first one's value is minus 1 by 2 and second one's value is minus 1. They are asking these two values. I got it, minus 1 by 2 and minus 1. You can see which option is correct in your books and you can answer it if you have options. Anyhow, I didn't give you any options. The values are minus 1 by 2 and minus 1. Okay. So these are the questions that I have found on infinity minus infinity models. In case if I find any different model question under the concept of infinity minus infinity, I'll try to explain it in some other videos. Okay. So that's it in today's video, dear students. I hope you understood this concept really well and the problems also. Do practice it to remember it for longer time and keep revising. Like after 3 days you revise it once and then again after 7 days you revise it once again. Then most probably you will not forget it in nearby future. Okay. So this is Sandeep Kumar and I hope you have understood this video. So do subscribe the channel if you are new and share it to your friends if you think that it will be useful. And do comment, let me know if there is any feedback in the comment sections. See you all in the next video.